Your call cannot be completed as the called party is temporarily unavailable. Please try again later.
That's the sound of the shipping company that's supposed to be delivering my engine. Hello guys. Today's episode is me trying to find maybe a plan B on the Hot Rod Power Tour trip. I'm pretty discouraged on this whole situation. The engine was supposed to be delivered by the 16th. It is now the 1st, so June. It's June 1st. It was supposed to be, the engine was supposed to be delivered like 15 days ago or something. And I still have no engine. Pretty discouraged. With no engine, I have no Caprice. I could pull an engine out of another car and put in the Caprice, but then I would have to put that engine right back in the car, and it's just, to me, it's not worth robbing an engine out of another car. My good engine had a crack in the block. I don't want to put the tired old 305 back in the car, so I'm kind of at the point of figuring out a plan B. So guys, let's figure out what kind of car I'm going to drive to Power Tour if it's not going to be a Caprice. So I've got plenty to choose from. The question is, which one am I going to pick? And no, I don't want to take the same one as I did last year or the year before. I like to take something new every year on Power Tour. I don't want to drive the same car twice. So let me go around to my different buildings and figure out what is a good car to take. Let's do it. Well, obviously the 57 is not going to make it this year. Maybe the following year. I've got my 65 Mustang Fastback right here, but honestly, I don't want to take it on the Power Tour. You know, there have been some, I'm not saying this is a common thing that's happened, but there have been some thefts of vehicles while on Power Tour, and this is one of those cars I don't want to ever lose. So no, I'm not going to take the Mustang Fastback. I got the Fox Body Mustang convertible GT that I put the cam in. Wait, no, I busted the lifters out of it and stuff. It's in front of the Mustang, way over there. I don't have the title for that car yet. Oh, I have the title, it's just not signed. Definitely not going to take a King Midget. That would be insane. Not going to take my BMW motorcycle because they don't allow motorcycles on the Power Tour. So everything in this garage that could possibly go, I'm not going to take. GMC Envoy is not ready because that car needs an engine as well and transmission. Not going to take my Suburban because, I mean, how boring is that? I've already taken my 66 Chevy truck. Yeah, there is nothing here that I can take, so let's wander around to another location and see what we can find there. Alright, so we're going to go inside of one of my other shops. I already know that I'm not going to have anything in here because well, it's just, I gotta have something ready. So what we have up here is my 1929 Ford no, this is 1930. This is my 1930 Model A two-door sedan. What, anyhow, it's a two-door, and it's definitely not ready. Down here, I don't know if you can see it. Absolutely not. Let me get my flashlight. Ouch. We have a 1969 Chevelle Super Sport 396 car. This car was in earlier videos, and well, it's not ready. I have a 66 Chevy truck over there that I drove in high school. It's not ready. I got my 76 Chevy Vega wagon right here. It's not ready. In fact, it doesn't have an engine in it at all. And then on the other side I have a 76 Corvette Stingray, and then way back yonder I have a 1971 Lotus Europa. None of these cars are ready for the Power Tour, so we're going to move to the other garage. Oh yeah, and I got a 1931 Model A pickup truck over here, but that one ain't ready. So going to the next garage. Okay, so I've made it to another garage. I've got my 1975 Mercedes in here. Buell Blast. I don't think I'm gonna take this Mercedes because it is Power Tour. So no Power Tour. An interesting would be, this one would be kind of cool, but I've got a bad transmission in it, and I actually have a lead on a transmission. A guy gave me his business card, met him at the drag strip yesterday. We'll see what we can come up with. But this is my 1953 Chevy. Has a small block Chevy V8 in it. It's made it up to the original 3-speed on the column. This thing has seen better days. I bought it from a neighbor, basically, and I gave 350, something like 350 bucks for it, and it was sitting in a field. Oh man, my sticker came off. It's been parked in the yard since 1972 or 74, something like that. And well, it needs a transmission. So this one's not going to be a good one to take. Got a 54 Buick, no title for it. 72 Buick's been sitting too long. The 29 Ford Model A is not ready. There's nothing in here for me to take. So we are going to go to the next shop and see if we can find anything that would work good for a Power Tour. Yes. All right. We are in the final garage, and here we go. This is the car I'm talking about. My 1977 Chevy Camaro. What else do I have in here? I have a 64 Buick Skylark, 2-door. Y'all might, if y'all are OG for the Cars and Cameras, y'all might have seen this car doing a burnout in a video. I have my 1975, yes, 75 Chevy Nova, 2-door. Then I have my 1971 Chevy K5 Blazer. Pretty cool truck. It's about time to break this thing out. It is summertime. Let's see, and I think we got a 94 Buick Roadmaster. This is not my car. That is my brother's car. And then if y'all remember one of my Power Tour cars, the 1968 Chevy Biscayne. This is my, what is it, 2022 Power Tour car. That was a fun drive right there. So we're gonna crank up this Camaro, and I'm gonna drive it down the road, and we're gonna see exactly what this thing needs. I know that I've got a split rotor on the front, so I need to replace the rotors and brakes to begin with. I've got a transmission leak, so I gotta fix the transmission leak, so it's probably gonna be a pan and a filter, like a service, which is fine. So let's get this car out and get to work on it. It's my power tour car. Plan B. There's my leaky transmission. That's a big, big leak. So I'm gonna go find some transmission fluid to top this thing up, and because the transmission's slipping a little bit. And yeah, I'm gonna sweep some dirt on there. Where's a broom? Right in gear, which is good. That means I got the fluid full. Usually when this thing slips, it's usually right at 2 quarts to get her topped up again. The AC does feel like it's cooling. Yes, it is. So the AC works. So that's one thing that I don't have to worry about. But the other two, I need to fix the transmission leak. I need to fix the brakes, and I probably need to replace the belts on this thing. I'm not 100% sure if I've replaced them lately, so we're going to look at the belts and make sure they're okay. Then I need to wash this thing. Oh, I just love this car. This reminds me of whenever I was growing up. Used to see these Camaros everywhere back in the 80s. Everyone had a Camaro. Alright, where am I going to get something to eat? I got a place. Alright guys, I'll see y'all after dinner at the warehouse. Alright guys, I'm back at the shop. I've got the Camaro pulled up to the front door, and I'm going to be doing the brake job outside because it's so beautiful today, and the lighting is going to be way better for the camera. So I've already got some new rotors and pads. We're going to be repacking the front wheel bearings, and the front brake job will be done. Then after that, I'm going to be working on the transmission leak. So let's jack this thing up and do the front brakes. Okay, so I've made it to my old shop where I used to work at. I'm going to be using the lift for this one. I'm going to be dropping the transmission pan and gasket, looking for a leak. I'm also going to go ahead and change my oil and check the differential fluid and grease everything up. Get ready for this trip. So, car's in here. Let's get this thing up in the air and check it out real good. I think it's a very fine backup. I've had, funny you're saying that, I've had better responses online with this than the Caprice. Yeah, liking this ride better than the Caprice. Oh, I'm missing both transmission mount bolts. That's interesting. I've never had this transmission out. So check it out. I am missing both bolts to the transmission mount to the transmission. I am seeing seeping everywhere, but I can't tell. I hope it's not the front seal. So we'll just get the mounts to the transmission on, the bolts, and a new pan and gasket, and we're gonna ride. So it's a little oily underneath. That's not good. My power steering is leaking, my steering box. Oh, it's leaking a lot. Hopefully we'll be able to make this trip, because there's no way I can get that fixed before leaving. Plus a little bit of oil underneath the car keeps it from rusting, right? Yes. Oh, that's no good. That's interesting. My emergency brake has the cable is bad. Get it wrapped back up and just know that the e-brake is probably not gonna work for me without snapping. Really looks like it's been ground on. Yeah. I'm gonna check the rear differential fluid as well. Overall, the car's in pretty good shape. It's kind of an original Survivor car. there's no need to change the oil. I checked it. It's not even time for an oil change, so I'll change it when I get back from my trip. So let's take this thing out for a spin and see how it does. Guys, guess what showed up?
No manifold.
No manifolds.
No carburetor.
No, well, there should be in there.
No distributor.
They need to be in there. Okay, well, let me just get this thing unloaded and into the shop, and we're gonna figure out what's going on now. So I'm gonna move my Camaro and pull it in, and we'll get to it when, yeah. I was positive that this thing came with an intake, a distributor, a carburetor, the whole package. And when it shows up, it's just in a crate with nothing. So I'm gonna have to go on my computer and see what's going on. And if it's my fault, it's my fault. If it's not, then I'm gonna be pretty upset. This whole thing has been I'll just go ahead and say it. Alright, so I'm test driving the car. It looks like a bad storm is a-brewing. I just saw some lightning. I was gonna do some really sweet camera shots with the car. I don't know if I'm gonna do it now because it's about to throw down. But the car is doing fantastic. I'm cruising 77 miles per hour down the road. My speedometer is off a little bit. My speedometer is off 7-8 miles per hour. So yeah, what you gonna do? So I think this car is ready for a trip. I think so. And I'm gonna have to call up the company about the engine that's just showed up for my Caprice, because it was supposed to be a complete engine with carburetor, intake, water pump, vibration dampener, oil pan, all that stuff, and it came up as just a basic long block. So not good for me. So guys, thanks for watching, and we will be getting on the Caprice in the next video, because I still want to take the Caprice to the Hot Rod Power Tour, but this car will do if the Caprice doesn't get done. So, and it's plus it's stuff that needs to be done. It's stuff that needed to be done to the car, and now they're done. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Happy Father's Day, Dad.